Hey, this is Matt with Tadlock Roofing. Just kind of taking a look at some things that an inspection report brought up. Number one, we've got these nails holding in the ridge cap. They've got sealant put around them, and that sealant has deteriorated at this point, so those nail heads are exposed in a lot of places. So we'll just want to reseal those so that no water can get into those nail heads. I've got another spot over here, another spot above the garage over here. So take care of that, pretty straightforward process. Then we've got a gooseneck vent. You can see it's got the rust on top of it. That rust eventually will open up little pits that will allow water to leak down. I'm sure that's a dryer, clothes dryer in that area, so we'll want to replace that. And then the other issue on the back here was the deflection in the decking. Now, what I'm feeling as I walk over this area is pretty solid, and then you kind of get into a spot like this where it kind of caves a little bit under my feet. But right here on the trusses, it's feeling pretty solid. So what I'd like to do, and it's happening all the way down the edge of the roof here, what I'd like to do is just take the shingles off. We'll come up to above where that deflection starts, which is roughly in this area here, and take those shingles off in that area. So that we can access all that wood, make sure that any that needs to be, which it looks like from this hip over here all the way to right about here is where we're having that issue. Now, it may be a little bit further, but that's why we'll take the shingles off over there, just so that we can resolve this deflection and get that plywood changed out. The satellite dish here, I'm not sure if it's still in use, but what we'd like to do is remove it and not have it put back up on the roof. If it needs to be reinstalled for the new homeowner, the best idea is to install it into the fascia, so into the side of the roof here. The least amount of penetrations that we can have through a roof, the better. We've created 6 different areas where we've poked a hole through the roof, could potentially rot that decking there. So I want to get as much off of the roof as we possibly can. Now, just to kind of go over the rest of what I'm seeing up here, the shingles themselves are in decent shape. They've all got granular surface, about 90-95% of it in most places, which is really good. The adhesion is good, so I can't come and lift up on this, and if I can't do that, then the wind is not going to be able to do that as well. This area right here is what we call a dead valley. And I do not like dead valleys. This is one of the most common areas that I have to come for a repair. And the reason why is current building code will not allow us to use the shingles in this area. So we cannot use 3-tab, architectural, any type of standard asphalt shingle in that area. What we have to use is a commercial product called Flint Elastic. There's a couple of other products that we can use as well, but they basically come in 3-foot wide rolls, and will create a monolithic surface as opposed to having a bunch of different seams going down in there. Now, if there's no issues going on now, wouldn't open it up for potential issues to happen, but definitely an area to keep an eye on, because what's happening is water is coming from this plane here and this plane here, and potentially over the rake here, and all go into this spot. And so if that flashing along the wall or the flashing in the valley is not done properly, water will get in. Typically it gets in right around here at the end, and then we'll drop down on that wall inside the garage. So just something to keep in mind and something to look at. Definitely something that we can do if it is a big concern, but that is definitely a problem area that I see in a lot of houses. So the roof's got plenty of life left in it. Just need to do some small repairs. Be happy to help. Thank you very much.